Welcome to our time capsule opening, 10-year anniversary time capsule opening. For those of you who've been here for a few years, you might remember in 2020 on our 7th anniversary, we filmed a time capsule video to open on our 10th anniversary. Where we just kind of talked about what we thought would be going on with the channel and our lives and our careers, and just kind of having some fun. And so now it's our 10th anniversary this year in 2023. So we're going to watch back through the video and kind of like pause and make comments along the way. It was a bit of a long video. It was an hour and 40 minutes, I believe. So we're kind of recording this in two parts. So at some point you'll see kind of like a break, and suddenly our outfits and hair and number of people might change for when we film on night 2.
I was gonna do bake-off rules. Just the same thing.
I'm just gonna like chop my hair off between days.
Do it.
All right, so yeah, so we're gonna, I think, just go ahead and dive into it.
We're gonna see how the tech works.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Okay, and I'm clicking share sound. Okay. Can you all see this?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so afraid.
I know. I was like, oh my God, my anxiety. I can't remember what I said.
Like at this point in 2020, I can't imagine we were like super optimistic people, but I feel like it's still going to be like, oh, we believed in things.
You guys weren't drinking in this video. It's not gonna be good.
Okay. I really hope this is recording our faces. But if it's not, we'll have it fixed tomorrow. And I'm gonna put it back on our faces whenever we pause anyway. So I'm gonna push play. Let me know immediately if you can't hear it.
Hello, WordNerds of the future. We are coming at you from 2020, just after our 7-year anniversary, and we thought it would be a lot of fun to kind of do a bit of a WordNerds time capsule to be viewed 3 years in the future for our 10th anniversary, which, if everything goes smoothly, is right now. So we're not totally sure what we're going to be doing for this, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We've already got some pretty dark places in the pre-chat. So hopefully
get ready. Also, we're all drinking. What are we all drinking tonight? I am drinking a goblet of wine, and I predict by the end of this, I will be drunk and belligerent.
Very dark. I like
Yes.
it. I have a rosé.
Yes.
I didn't get the alcohol memo, so
Yeah, I'm just drinking water.
I'm not gonna lie.
You gotta keep the snack fat, Desiree.
I'm drinking apple juice.
I predict I will be more hydrated by the end of this video.
I will be less.
I feel like it's really telling that the 3 moms are all drinking alcohol tonight.
I know it's last time.
You know, I've always wanted wine mom friends, and here you all are.
Here we are.
So that's fine.
More than bargained for.
So yeah, we just did our 7th year anniversary party like a weekend ago. And now we're looking ahead to the future and kind of imagining what everything is going to look like at that point with all of our lives, with the channel, with YouTube, with books and publishing, and probably Netflix. So I don't know. What do we want to kick things off with? I'm kind of liking the how many subscribers do you think we have?
Are you saying we'll be on Netflix or we'll be like watching Netflix?
I don't remember what sentence I said just now.
So. Oh, okay. We'll have shows
on
Netflix in 3 years.
Yes.
How many subscribers do we have now, or how many subscribers do we think we're going to have in 3 years?
I'm pulling up how many we have now, since it's a time capsule. So we should encapsulate
number
where we're at.
Encapsulate specifics.
I feel like it's 10.
We have 10,906 right now.
Which we have had forever.
Forever.
All right, I predict that
I'm going to pause it before the predictions begin so we can check in Does someone want to pull up the studio and check our subscribe? It's in the 12,000s right now. So we did make some progress. Also, is anyone drinking anything fun? All I brought is seltzer water and cough drops.
Dr.
Have a
Pepper.
bubbly. I'm reformed. I'm not
Sparkling
drinking.
ice.
After how the time capsule video went, Erin was like, not again.
Nope, this is a dry one.
Everyone looks so cute. Like Emma, that lipstick color is amazing. Megan, you
Yes.
should definitely cut all your hair off. That's so
I know.
cute.
I was just saying in the pre-chat that I want to cut my hair like that short again.
12.4 is what I'm seeing just on the.
Look at that. We did grow. It felt like we weren't growing at all at the time.
Yeah.
Also, I miss seeing Helen. Helen looked
Yes.
great. Her tattoos are so
I'm
cool.
back.
Yes.
Someone had mentioned Helen in our like party chat, and we do still talk to Helen. Helen is doing well. All is good,
She's
Helen.
just busy.
Yes. I just talked to Helen the other day. She asked me a crochet question.
Yay. Okay, let's keep it rolling.
In 2023, we will have 17,000 subscribers.
Okay,
I
that's
know we're
slightly higher
shooting
than our
high.
current.
We're shooting high, and I really hope that we don't have like 1,200.
That was close to my
12,000.
prediction. I was gonna say 18,000.
I was gonna say 15 and I thought I was being generous.
I'm thinking of
You are victory, okay?
I'm
Being
very
very
optimistic.
optimistic.
Yeah. I'm banking on like someone's gonna like hit it big with their book, and so that'll like bump our subscribers.
Or like not that big, like still only like a couple thousand extra. Anyway.
As we discussed earlier, I don't remember when, like one of us will do something outrageous and like
We're gonna get
marry a
nefarious or
marry a pop
notorious.
star, go to jail for murdering someone who doesn't like books, or join a cult. Or, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
If anyone's joining a cult, my bet's on Megan. But I think to like infiltrate it.
I've already left once.
But let you infiltrate it and then like get the information and then use that information to write like a best-selling horror novel.
Yeah.
And then she'd be really famous, we get subscribers, etc.
So there we have
like,
our,
did I ever really leave the cult? Like,
we have our first prediction for 3 years that Megan will infiltrate a cult. So we started out with like a low bar here.
I think it's gonna be Emma's cult, honestly. Like, she's gonna start.
And the cult is just the two of you.
The rest of us keep trying to get in, but they're not interested.
Yeah.
It's very
I sent in an application. But, like,
Well, in the pre-chat we were talking about like what if we're like something happened and one of us isn't friends anymore. So maybe like 3 years from now, like Megan's not here because she's just disappeared. She's not speaking to any of us. It's gonna turn out she's infiltrated a cult. But
we got much darker than that in the pre-chat, and I'm glad I wasn't the only one that was like, "What if I'm dead? Like, seriously, in 10 years, or I go missing? You don't know where I am."
We would find you.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, in a lot of ways, we have already exceeded our own expectations. Perhaps we should just end here. Like, if we're doing great compared to where
No one's dead.
we're still
No one
friends.
owned up to starting a cult.
doing so good. That's it.
Yeah, that's a lot of crime podcasts.
Turn into a crime podcast.
It's like we're not about writing anymore. We are strictly a Finding Aaron YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Megan disappears because she's trying to infiltrate a cult for a book, and we ruin it by like trying to get her out. Save you.
You could have left us a note.
We turn into like a crime-solving team.
Amazing.
But only in 3 years, like we should probably have at least like 5 years of training
Yeah,
for that.
we're
So-
working fast on this.
Yeah, really. We can scale this down, guys. Like,
Yeah,
We just have that many skills.
Exactly.
definitely.
I mean, after 7 years on the channel, there are days where I feel like I have covered all of the topics. So maybe treading some new ground could be really valuable for us.
I like that every day.
What if
Every day.
someone goes into a haunted house and then begins tracking their ghost encounters? Because that seems to happen with a lot of YouTubers. So who?
That's it.
yeah,
Who would be the one?
amount.
I feel like Aaron would do that.
I would be the one that moves into a haunted house.
Oh, I
Yeah, I
thought
think
Rachel
so.
would move into a haunted house.
Oh my God, thank you. I hope I do. That'd be great.
Rachel's gonna live in like a haunted like Victorian home.
Victorian manor.
That would be my dream.
And she just wears like white lace dresses and stands in the window.
These really
Drifts down the hallway.
pictures.
Yeah. I go out the back door so all my neighbors never see me leave and they're like
A witch lives there.
yes. Honestly, that would be my ultimate dream if people were like, a witch lives in that house. And I'm like, oh yeah, really?
Scare each other to like run up and ring your bell.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I will curse all of you. Get off.
Yeah. And I'm only by that time 28.
Goals.
Goals.
It's important to aim high.
Exactly, right?
Stretch goals and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what should make some real predictions.
All right, well, I
Speaking of
predict that
aiming high, does any one of us think we're actually gonna like hit exponential growth on subscribers, or we're all just having very realistic goals?
It's time to be realistic.
We'll have been around for a decade. There are people who have more than that after like a couple of months.
yeah, I feel like 15 is at least very doable. I feel like that is, with the trajectory we're going on, I feel like that is like a good goal. I feel like that seems pretty reasonable.
That's reasonable. I hope. I don't know. We've been doing this for a long time.
As long as Erin becomes a mega bestseller.
No pressure or anything.
Well, one of my predictions is that Erin and Kelly will both have another book out within that time.
Yes.
And that Megan might.
Erin definitely will.
Yeah, Erin has another book coming out in a few months.
2021.
Oh, that's right. Yes, right.
So hopefully
That's a surefire prediction.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow, I'm so good.
You're really profit, Rachel.
Yes. How did I know? All right, let's see. Well, Erin's definitely going to have a book. I think Kelly's going to have another book. And I think Megan's going to have a book.
Yeah.
Yep,
You're going to get a contract.
I think it's going to be one that I can go into the store and buy with my money.
I think Desiree's going to be working on a TV show.
Oh, thank you. I'll take it. I want to make an ambitious like prediction. Like I don't know if it'll actually happen, but like it'd be nice because I now have an obsessive goal to be contracted by Cake Literary. Thanks to Emma. I spend like all my time looking at all of their stuff and just like heavily breathing into my computer. Like
I completely forgot that was a thing. But like, yeah, no, that would still be cool. But I was high-key obsessed with Cake Literary for a good minute there.
Really?
Yeah. That did not happen. So
I also feel like you've had like a aha moment at some point that like working in Hollywood would be too stressful for you. I feel like that was the thing.
yeah. I wish if I could write a TV show from the comfort of my own home and just like send my scripts out. That'd be great. Fortunately, that is not how anything works. So.
But we missed with that prediction, but we also like never would have predicted you'd have like a booming, successful crochet business. So
that's true. That is true. That's pretty.
I haven't heard a correct prediction yet, other than Rachel predicting Erin's book that was already under contract by the time that we. So.
Yeah, that was well. I was gonna say that was a sure thing, but I mean, like, and then COVID. It did come out, I guess.
COVID.
Yeah.
I think that was like part of why we did the time capsule when we did it, right? Because it was like, well, this is a weird time, huh? When I pause sharing the screen, does it jump all of you back into like full screen view? I have no clue what this is going to look like when it stops recording. We should have done a test.
Oh well, YOLO.
Oh well.
YOLO.
I feel like I'm gonna Google Cake Literary, so I'm curious. To see
Are they
is it still a thing? Are they still around?
You're gonna reobsess.
Maybe. Nah. If I do end up publishing books, I'm like 90% sure I'm just gonna self-publish because that just makes sense to my brain right now.
Valid.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep it going. Rest in peace to Nicole, Missy Kate, Andrew, all our usuals. If the video looks terrible, I'm so sorry.
Well,
So,
if there's ever if there's ever anything open for that, like you shoot that shot, you you go for it.
I think 3 years is a lot of time. It's also not very much time, but it's also a lot of time. I'm gonna hopefully predict that we will all have books out or books that could come out.
Books coming out in the next
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
Imagine if
Or,
there
like,
was a
plans to
year.
come out.
If there was a year where every single word nerd had a book coming out that
Maybe
year,
then we'd get exponential growth.
that'd be incredible.
See, I'm like, in 3 years, I want to just like at least have an agent. Like
Yeah,
that's what I'm
same.
hoping for.
Yeah.
I want to at least have maybe like one book written. Just in that time, I feel like that's a good amount of time, and I do feel like that's actually something I could do. So in 3 years, I predict I will have written at least one book.
Yeah,
Perfect.
10 out of 10.
In 3 years,
Actually,
I'd like
by
to be
the-
done with the book I'm working on right now. It's been 2 years already, so I predict Emma will be done with her book.
Finish that draft.
You finish it.
Completed. I must have. There's only one book since we started the channel that I didn't finish, and that was before this video. So
Nice.
I don't
I'm
remember
gonna-
which one it was.
I'm gonna
Don't think
write
Rachel's written
down.
anything though.
I don't think so. I'm gonna write down her predictions for herself though, and we can ask. Because Rachel is very busy these days, but we'll find out the results.
Does anybody have predictions or goals outside of just books, like other careers and that type of thing?
I mean, I'd love to have a salary. Like,
I'd-
wow.
I'd sure like to have a real librarian job at that point.
I would like to be done my bachelor's degree.
oh God, same. Oh, that would be wonderful, Helen.
Please.
Yes,
I'm
please.
technically on year 8 of a 4-year degree. And me. I'm suffering. Let me graduate.
Just give
I'm
me
currently on year 7, so like I get you, girl. Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm on year 6.
I graduate next month. So no, this month. This is October. I graduate at the end of this month. So
Yes. And Helen and Rachel graduated.
Yeah. Also, I got a real librarian job, and then I quit it after 2 years. So
And I got a salary. Yay, team.
Yay, look at us.
Success.
We did it.
20 or something.
What was that?
Oh, I'm curious. Like, was this like September 2020, October 2020?
This was
Kind of place
the 20-something of September. It was right before October.
Because I was like, I started a job at the beginning of November, so I'm like, but I didn't know I had it yet. I guess at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna be going back to school starting in October, but then I ended up going back to school starting in January after this, with the hopes that I would be able to get a job afterwards. And I did that one.
Damn. This is why I don't do any post-secondary schooling. Forget that.
I know.
Don't
Well,
get for universities halfway through, and you'll finish a lot sooner.
yeah. Well, 3 years from now, I feel like that's a very doable goal for us to have graduated.
Please.
That's what I thought about like 3 years ago.
It's a goal. It's something to work towards, you know.
I would like to be starting my master's by then. That'd be nice.
Oh, what would you like to be starting your master's in?
I'm doing library sciences. That's the plan.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, great.
Yeah, which means Vancouver. So
Heyo.
Maybe in 3 years, will you maybe live here?
yes, that is the hopeful goal.
I actually
Yeah.
know someone. I know someone who did the master's program at UBC.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, so another in 3 years prediction is that the WordNerds will have gotten together at least one more time.
Prediction is we will be watching this video together.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
It better be at least one more time because I have to see you guys next June.
It's like, excuse me.
I'm getting hitched. Like prediction, Desiree will be married.
Yes.
Oh my
that is a
god.
good prediction.
And we'll be watching this together. I love that idea. With more
Yes.
wine.
Yes.
Way more wine, yeah.
And
Oh, so much
juice.
wine.
Maybe a lot of wine if like we haven't made these goals.
We're at 12,000 subscribers and
I
none of us
will
have published.
bring several bottles of wine.
We could play a drinking game, drink every time a prediction didn't come true.
Oh God, no.
That
We'll
needs
either
to
be very
happen.
sober or very drunk. There will be no in between.
Really drunk and really depressed or that sounds
I'm definitely drunk because unless people are in cults or missing or dead, we've already made a lot of ridiculous predictions.
That's true.
Okay, here's one that for future us. I predict my hair will be grown out by that time.
I was gonna make a hair prediction too.
Oh, what's your hair prediction?
Wait, before we do any other predictions, we should have listened at the beginning. Where are we now? This is the time capsule part. So for your future self, reminding you of where you are today. So I'm just gonna say names and then just quickly summarize what your life is. So Helen, what are you doing?
Oh God. Okay. So I'm 25. I'm depressed. Great. I'm in my like 8th year of an English degree. But I have like really good profs. I'm doing online classes for the first time and it's terrifying but fun. I technically have 2 books out in the world, which is still crazy to think about. And I have like writing ideas for the first time in over a year. So that's exciting. I get to
Moving
write
into an adorable apartment.
Yes, I'm moving into a studio. I'm moving into my own place for the first time ever. And like next week.
Very exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I only have 4 tattoos and I want like 30.
Okay, that'll definitely be
10 per year.
Yes. Yes. I got 4 in 1 year and I haven't had any in over a year. I need to make up some time.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Erin, what's your life?
What is my life? Wow. this is
Currently.
regularly. So I am 33 years old. I have 2 books, which is Fashion Ruin, and Brownie Gray. Currently working on a book about druids and have another book about witches coming out in 2021. I have a unfinished half sleeve and I hope to be completely tattooed on both arms eventually. We'll see what happens. I have a 2.5-year-old. Well, he's almost 3. I can't think of what else to say. Oh yeah, and I'm pitching more books to Little Brown Young readers, but we'll see what happens with that. So
That is an excellent life. Megan, how about you?
Oh, how old am I? I am 29 and had to do some quick math there. I am querying right now. It's not going well at all. Oh, I can say this because it's not going to go up for a really long time. It's going really bad.
right now.
Yeah, I'm like 5 agents away from giving up on this book completely. And then I'm going to start querying another project. Kyra and I are going to start querying the book that we wrote together. And I'm really excited and hopeful about that and wrapping up revisions on something else. So, 2020 has been a dumpster fire, but writing has been going shockingly well, aside from the querying process, but really enjoying writing. I have a 2-year-old who is very cute and will be in kindergarten when this video goes live. What else? I live in Florida right now. That is subject to change. So, and I have a job, but not a lot of future job prospects. So I really hope I figure that out in 3 years.
You're gonna start taking classes soon, right?
Yeah, well, I was gonna be doing them in October, but they've made no moves to put them online, and it's a pandemic, so it's postponed a little bit for now. But yeah, I have been preparing to study some computer programming. So.
And Rachel.
All right, let's see. I'm currently 25. I'm in the middle of growing out a pixie cut that I did. I work and go to school at the same place. So I work at a university and I have maybe a year left of doing online classes, maybe a year and a half. I don't know at this point. I have a very strange mental state going on currently and haven't really been writing for a while, and I need to get on that. Hopefully in 3 years I will have figured something out and returned to that one project that I've been meaning to write for like ages. Still live in Vancouver, thinking about maybe going elsewhere, but also maybe still living in Vancouver. And now that I know that Helen's coming, maybe I'll stay in Vancouver.
Future roommate.
WordNerd roommates. Oh my gosh, amazing. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm like, what do? I go to work and I go to school.
Who am I?
Yep.
Yep. I don't have children. That's the thing.
Ooh, same.
Oh, and I just finished up my sleeve here. Yeah. So my sleeve tattoo. So maybe that'll be part of my other predictions later.
All right, Emma.
So I am also 29. And I just finished writing a first draft of a book that took me 2 years to draft. So I'm glad that's done. Now I get to revise it. I also just finished my Master's of Library Science, which took the same amount of time that drafting took. I started drafting right before I started my master's degree. So, but I just finished that and I'm looking for librarian jobs now. And then I also just had a baby. So he's 3.5 months and crying in the other room right now. And see, is there anything else? I also live in Florida and will hopefully live somewhere else in 3 years, at least not this part of Florida. And I have one tattoo that you can't see because I'm wearing a jacket, but tattoo. I would like to have more eventually. I think that's everything.
All right, Des.
I am 23. I live in Denver right now. I'm getting married next year, which is exciting. I'm very excited to get married. What else to do? Oh, I started a business.
Yes.
It is a business. I have made like 5 sales. So in 3 years, I hope I've made at least 15.
So quick product placement.
Yeah.
Yes.
With her product placement.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw Megan Ryan. Yes, I made that.
Des made this.
This is the most recent thing I've been working on. Tumblr with snacks on it. Very on brand for me. I'm almost done with first draft of Melody of Glint and Glimmer, which is very exciting because I am a chronic unfinisher and I think this is one's gonna be finished. So yeah. If this work in progress is not finished in 3 years, I'm just gonna drink an entire bottle of wine. Yeah, I have no children now, but maybe I will in 3 years. Who knows?
Very possible. All right.
How about you,
I
Kelly?
am 32. How old am I? I'm 32. I've published 12-ish or so books. I'm currently working with For the Words, and as of today, I am also working at a university, kind of sort of doing some social media stuff for a game design, something or other. I don't know. It's all still very vague. I got the job today. But yeah, I'm living in Ontario, which is where I've pretty much always lived. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, so I'd really like to get that sorted out in the next few years. I don't expect I will have, though. It's really a matter of how many different careers I'll have attempted between now and then. But
can you place that as your prediction?
2.5. No kids, keep it that way. No tattoos, probably also gonna keep it that way. So yeah.
A cute dog though.
A cute dog.
A very cute dog.
Maybe there will be more of those.
I was gonna say possibly more in the future, yes.
3 years from now, I think I'll have attempted to have a cat.
Yes.
I will not have a cat 3 years from now. If I have a cat 3 years from now, I will drink a whole bottle of wine. I will need it.
If I have any less than like 2 cats 3 years from now, I will drink a full bottle of wine.
I'm ready. I'll have a dog and he will be like 2.5.
I hope we'll have a dog.
Joshua Cobbs.
I'm hoping we'll have a dog in 3 years and like an actual yard for it to go in.
Same.
Seems like a good place to pause and check in. I'm gonna stop sharing so that it makes us all big, just in case we aren't big.
Megan and I got a rejection like last week on that book that we
Listen,
were
listen. I, in the last 2 months, have gotten a rejection on the book I'm querying now, on the book Kyra and I queried, and on the book I was querying when we recorded that video.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wild.
I think people had like a decent sense of where they were going to be.
I'm still married, so that's good.
Erin got a yard and a dog.
Yeah, I was wondering, should we do like a quick little down the line of like where we are now and anything that panned out correctly? We've got, I don't know if we've mentioned this, we have Kaylin who's having some technical difficulties with Mike.
Did I fix it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
I updated the driver, so now hopefully everything will work.
Yay.
Perfect.
I got another dog.
I was gonna say, I think that's your cue to go first, Kelly.
Yeah.
So I'm now 35. Still live in the same place I lived. Although I can't really place my background from 3 years ago. I'm like, where was I in my house? I have no idea.
Is that like when your place flooded, maybe?
No, that happened when we had her.
Oh.
But I think it was maybe at a time where you thought you were going to be there temporarily, and so you weren't as settled in as you are now.
Yeah. What do I even do for jobs now? Oh, so I kind of do the same job as I did for different companies, doing like, For the Words was like a video game for writers. Now I've like scooted over to just the video game side of things, doing like marketing, social media stuff for that. Don't think I've written much of anything since that last thing. I expect that will change at some point. Don't have a cat. Did not try to get a cat. No tattoos, no kids. Still here.
Everything's coming up, Kelly. I've got Emma next on my screen.
Yeah. So now I'm 32. I do not live in the same place. I do still live in Florida, but I was right. It was a different part of Florida. I've moved twice since that video. I moved like 6 weeks after we made that video, it turned out, because I did, like I said earlier, I did get a librarian job probably not long after we recorded that. It was probably when I like interviewed and was contacted. Worked that job for 2 years, quit it to leave higher ed for corporate America. So I never would have expected that 3 years ago. My 3.5-month-old is now 3.5 years old almost.
Ew.
Trying to think what else. I've written a couple other first drafts since then, but still haven't really like stuck with anything long enough to finish it. Yeah, that's probably it. Did not get a cat. Did not get a cat. There, it was like a little bit like uncertain for a little while there because my kid was like really obsessed with cats for a little while, but I didn't give it.
A near miss.
Yeah.
I can't believe that in that video you were like, oh my God, it took me 2 whole years to finish this book, but also I finished grad school and also I was pregnant and then gave birth.
Yes. Like 2020, Emma did not realize how much writing was going to slow down even more after having a kid.
I'm next up on my screen, so I'll go next. I'm 32. I did not take up chain smoking. I have been sick all week and lost my voice. My child is in kindergarten. It's very cute. He has like a personality now, which is fun. And both of those books were immediately dead to me like 3 weeks after this video was recorded because my dad died, which was very cool of him. Fun. Great time was had by all, I assume. No, but it was weird, few years, but I did go back to school. Got a little 2-year degree of programming, and now I am working in the computer programming field. So that's exciting. Did write another book eventually, querying it now. Mine and Kyra's book also did horrifically, but it did better than the book I was querying in that 3-year video. So that's something. I think my dog died too after this video, but I have a new dog, so.
Jeez.
Sorry to bring the vibe down. I've got Kyra next.
Yeah, I was obviously not in the time capsule video. I don't know why for sure, but I do remember September of 2020, I had just moved to a new state and started a new job. So it might have been something to do with that. I am no longer in that job. I also left higher ed and am now working for corporate America. But I really like my job, so that's cool. I also, I think, was querying a YA contemporary at the time that also died in the trenches. And then Megan and I's book died in the trenches. But then I got an agent. So I'm actually going on sub like next week. So and I probably won't advertise that super widely because I'm still of the generation where you didn't talk about going on sub. But yeah, 31, I guess, since we're doing ages. I did get a cat. He is making a lot of noise in the other room and I'm a little scared. But I did get a cat.
That's what cats do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Des, you're up.
Like I said, I am still married, so that went good.
Oh yeah.
I will be 27 in 1 month and 10 days. So very soon. What else? Did not finish that book. Also will not be drinking an entire bottle of wine. I think my mental state around writing has changed. Different business. Still have a business, different business now. This was a lot better. So that's real rad. Having a good time with that. Yeah. Oh, I'm a social worker now. That's really fun. I like that way more than being in education. So yeah, that is me 3 years later.
My child still plays with that planchette from the video.
Very cute.
All right, Erin.
How old am I? I'm 36. I don't have another book on the shelf as predicted, but I did sell 2 more to Penguin Random House.
Yay.
I just turned in the revisions for the first one that's supposed to come out in 2024. That remains to be seen because the schedule's maybe going to be pushed back. I don't know. My kid is now almost 6, which is wild. He's 6 in January. Also not a potato with eyes anymore. He also has a personality. And he's sassy, which is crazy to me. He's in kindergarten. I'm sending him away on the bus every morning. It's bizarre and sort of terrifying. I think that was it for my intro. I will say, and I didn't say anything about this at the time, but it's kind of crazy seeing like the difference from 3 years ago to now. I feel like I'm in a much better place mentally and like physically and like in the way of health. So I don't know. It's kind of cool to look back and see that. I know I'm definitely mentally healthier, which makes me happy. I don't have a goblet of wine, so little indicator.
You do have a puppy.
You do have a puppy.
Yes.
And the tattoos. You did.
And the tattoos.
Yes, I did. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for reminding me of the things. Yeah. So this is finished now. And then this is finished on one side, and then I probably will eventually go up, but I'm happy to leave it for a few years longer probably. We did get a dog. We got an absolutely insane 7-month-old boxer puppy, Finn, and sort of a backyard. It's a back patio, but he tears around out there, so it's his backyard. And then we sort of we moved in the 3 years, and we have a beautiful house for the first time, and live on the back of a baseball field. So we basically have a massive backyard. So yeah.
Oh, I moved too and bought a house in that time. And I believe Rachel bought her place since that last video.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
WordNerds are making some moves in the real estate world. Us.
All right, Kaylin, where were you 3 years ago and where are you now?
So 3 years ago, I missed the chat because it was 2020. Everybody was working from home. I had a kid who was doing school from home, and I had 2 toddlers. So one would have gone into pre-K, but we decided to not do online pre-K. So now, for that 3 years later, I have a middle schooler, a 7th grader, a 2nd grader, and a kindergartner. So definitely grew up much more independent. So that part of life is more difficult and more easy at the same time. But I was working tons of overtime because we were all working from home and trying to like cut up slack. I worked for corporate America. I do not work for corporate America anymore. I jumped ship, worked a different job for about 9 months, got laid off, and I've kind of been in that technically unemployed, but like self-employed like area for like the last couple months. So we're gonna give that a go and see what that looks like. I am also a chronic unfinisher. I really like that word that does used. I haven't written much in the past 3 years just because of, work and life changes and everything like that. I do have hopes to start writing again. But I also did not have metal plates and screws in my leg because this was pre-broken leg. Now I get to sport some, I think it was 13 screws because of a trampoline. So be careful on trampolines. Let's see. That's, I guess, the bigger changes. I'm starting. So back then I had an Etsy shop that I was kind of running as like a side hustle. Because of COVID, I like put it on temporary hold because it was just too much to deal with. And I actually just opened it back up the beginning of summer, and I'm planning to like branch out from Etsy into like Shopify and like have like that be like my official job, like self-employment moving forward.
Nice. And Kaylin's 7th grader is the baby in our 10-year video.
Yes. I saw that and I was like, oh my God.
All right. Shall we keep going? We wanted to hit like the 40-minute mark of the video. I don't know how long we've been recording, but we are halfway to it. So
this could be 3 parts. We don't know.
That's true. That's true. We are the gods of this YouTube channel. Okay. Is my screen shared? No, because you're still here. There we go. Okay. Now we can see it. Yes. Okay.
No pets. Not in my household.
You've been burned.
I've been burned really bad. Yeah. I would love a cat, I think, but I am highly allergic to them.
Awesome.
I told Jared I want to get one of those like Sphinx ones.
There's
Sweaters.
other hypoallergenic breeds though. There's like a lot, like
That's
blue
true.
Russians and Siamese cats. Because I'm also allergic to cats.
It also depends on if you're allergic to the enzyme in their saliva or if you're allergic to like the fur
dander
itself, dander. Yeah, so it's like kind of.
That's why I said I'm going to attempt to have a cat. We're going to like foster a litter of kittens, see how we react to them because we're both a little allergic to things, and just kind of see how it goes.
You're going straight from no cat to litter of kittens?
For like 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Is your litter though?
The saliva thing though, it doesn't happen with kittens, right? Because I had a kitten in our house for a while and was fine. But
I don't know.
Grown-up cats.
Yeah, our reactions have always been to like hair.
Don't trust them. They're up to no good.
It's tragic because like I feel like I really have a cat personality, but like I just don't like a lot of them. I like some cats. It's like some people are with kids, like some of you are with kids. Like some cats I meet, I'm like, oh, you're cool, I like you. But there's a lot of cats I don't like, and so like it would be risky. Like it would have to be like a cat I knew and that I knew I liked.
Someone else's cat.
Accurate representation of how I am with kids.
You get a kitten and you raise it from birth, so it's not like you don't know. It's not like a stranger cat.
Oh, but a kitten sounds like a lot of work.
It is
If
a
I'm
lot
getting
of
a
work.
pet, it's going to be an adult already.
You will meet Watson in person and you'll fall in love with him, and then you'll want a cat forever. That's basically how everyone is with my cat.
Yeah. I predict in 3 years I will make this happen. I will make it happen that I meet Helen's cat.
Yes.
In the next 3 years.
You'll probably meet Orf too then, because I'll still have him by then.
I'm excited to
as long
meet
as
Orf.
nothing terrible happens.
Yes, exactly.
Same with Watson, because Watson will be 12 by then.
Well,
okay, not going down the which pets will be dead by that route.
Yeah, maybe let's not do that.
Watson's healthy, I'm fine.
Let's talk about which of us.
It's not
Oh
dark.
dear, let's not go down that rabbit hole either.
I predict I will have shaved my head at least once.
Yes,
all right.
Do it.
I saw a TikTok and it was like, if you don't shave your head, you can never tell your kids you shaved your head. And I was like, that really resonated with me.
It's true.
After the wedding,
Yeah.
pictures, then I don't care what I look like.
It's like pretty much everyone gets like an extreme haircut after they get married. So like I got a pixie
Really?
cut after I got married. Yeah.
I got a bob. It wasn't super risky, but it was much shorter.
It's risky for you.
It's like you grow out your hair for like nice wedding hair, and then it's like after the wedding you're like cutting it all off.
Cut it all off.
Well, my wedding hair won't be
You're like,
my
I tricked
hair.
someone into marrying me. I can cut all my hair off.
Yeah.
I don't know any Black woman that actually uses their real hair at their wedding, and I won't be one of them.
All right, since we're on the topic of hair, on the count of 5, I just want everyone's going to show where you think, how long is your hair right now in 3 years?
In
3 years?
Yes,
Okay.
in 3 years. So just show us where you think your hair is going to be. So think about it. 5, 4, 3,
So dramatic.
2.
Can I rip it off and throw
One.
it? like a bob. If my hair is as long
Everybody
as it
saying
is,
bob?
yeah.
No, maybe.
Shoulder length, not a
I have
bob.
curly hair,
I
so
do
like
not look good with a bob.
Oh, I'm like yeah, mid neck to shoulder.
Yeah.
If I still have hair this long, I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it so
Shoulder
much.
length, but I think my hair will be a different color.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'll fly to Canada, Helen, and we can shave our heads together.
Yes, give me a reason that I can give my mother that she will understand and let me like go through
I
it.
wanted my friend to come visit me.
I had
Like,
to.
the only way that I get to meet this person, who I swear is my kindred spirit, is if we shave our heads
You have
together.
to shave our heads
So,
together. It's
if you don't
required.
let me do this, you're ruining my life.
I don't know if that sounds like more of a reason to do. I don't know. If my daughter came to me with that, that's I'd be like, oh, okay.
I'd be like, my friend really needs me. She's going through some tough stuff, and she needs me to shave my head with her.
But she's gonna fly out here to make it happen. So like, it has to happen.
I feel like by the time I reach 3 years, I might be dyeing my hair on natural colors again, because by then I'll have forgotten how much of a pain in the ass it is. So
Good for the upkeep.
Like we both had a natural hair colors around the same time, so I feel like we'll both be scheduled for that again.
Let's go for the same existential crisis. Like, I need purple hair again.
It wasn't that bad.
It didn't stain my bathroom so badly it looked like I murdered a Smurf.
Spending hundreds of dollars on this because I naturally have dark hair.
If I haven't had like cotton candy pink hair by then, I'll be sad. I've always
Well,
wanted
right before we
cotton
shave our
candy.
heads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll bleach it to the point that it's straw and then we'll shave it and it's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saving my
Together.
hair. I'm just saving my hair at that point.
It's true. I've spent a lot of quarantine learning how to like actually take care of my curly hair. And so I have this like dream of like, oh, I really want to see what it looks like long and curlier than it used to be when I wasn't taking care of it. So that's why I'm hoping for long hair. We'll see. I also really like it short, so maybe I'll get sick of it by then.
You might have already had it long by then and cut it short again.
Yeah.
Which is like best of both worlds.
That's true. I do that a lot.
I predict I will have many more grays.
I'm curious to see what that will look like.
I already have several.
So
I
how old
predict-
will everybody be in 3 years? Like when we're watching this?
32. So will Megan.
32.
Same age. We're the same age.
32.
We got these predictions right.
26, almost 27.
Aaron, we shouldn't have gone last. I don't know why we didn't jump in. 35 for me.
Yeah, I'll be 36, which I feel like is still okay. Once I hit 40, then I'll probably start with like some crises, but still get in your head.
Oh,
I'm so proud of you for
like
waiting that long. Tattooing your eyebrow.
With stars or something. Like Amanda, what's her face? Palmer style, yeah.
Oh, I have another fun question.
Ooh, yes.
What iPhone do you think they'll be on?
Ooh, 16.
I was like,
Alpha.
"Is this released? I don't know. I don't keep track of Apple.
I still won't have one. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I have an 11, but don't they make a 12 or like a 12X or a 12XR or like a
I have no clue. I have
something or other?
XR.
I will be on Android by then.
Yeah, whatever the next Samsung is, like.
Yeah.
No, I think we're just leaving numbers altogether. They're just gonna be like, it's the alpha.
The iPhone.
It's gonna be an iPhone like R2D2 by that point, and that's yeah. Be like that, like clear, like a clear rectangle, like in the final season of Parks and Rec. Exactly.
I find it really optimistic of all of us after how this year has gone that none of us have said yet that the world will be over by then. So,
Well, I don't think the world will be over. I think it'll just be worse.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll still be all wearing masks? Is a good question.
Yes.
I hope so.
That's not a delightful thing to pause on, but I'm talking to Helen on Steam, and she's around tomorrow night, but needs a reminder. So we're all going to remind Helen tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say, are you ending it on this note? The world might not be over, but it will be worse. Have a good night, guys.
That's our time. COVID's on the rise. Start wearing your masks again.
Oh God.
Yeah.
How are we feeling?
I don't think any of us predicted that last
If
time.
you stopped. Yeah.
I do. I mean, joke, haha, but I do have to dip soon.
Yeah, so I was just gonna ask like how we're doing time wise.
Yeah.
Let's do like a couple more minutes and end on a happier note
Okay.
than the world being awful.
That's
And
fair.
It's optimistic of you to think it's going to get better, Megan.
I know.
The
I was
video,
like,
not the world, but the video.
The video, yeah.
thinking that COVID would be over by June so we could all go to Tez's wedding.
yeah.
What a freaking bummer. Okay, let's do like a couple minutes and hopefully it picks up.
Okay, fingers crossed.
I
Yeah,
don't
there we
hope
go.
that we're wearing them all the time like we have to right now, but I hope that
If you
people will
have
be
a
more
cold.
considerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
people will be
hope
more
people are-
likely to wear them when they're sick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
We'll take on that, but I hope that we don't have to. Like, if you. I'm just like, as long as I don't have to wear it for an 8-hour work shift, I'm happy. Any other point in my day that I have to wear one, totally fine.
Now my brain's going to, what if it's not over in 3 years? No one's considered that. I didn't know that was an option. Because my brain went to, if it's not over, the border's not open, or I'm not traveling, and I still won't have seen you guys. So,
Yeah, no kidding.
I need
or
the
I'll have
vaccine to
no
happen.
people up here by then. I don't know.
The Canadians can come see you, and then we can watch this video together with you.
be on opposite sides of the border, but like really close together, like waving at each other from houses that are across the border.
Yeah, you get Airbnbs like right next to each
All
other.
in Buffalo shouting at Toronto.
We can totally hear you, by the way.
Yeah,
on
either side of Niagara
Falls.
Yes.
And we can both like take the Niagara Falls boats at the same time.
Oh, depressing and amazing.
We'll be out of the YA dystopian portion of the real world and back to
Maybe dystopian will be back in fiction.
Oh.
Ooh.
I would love some fresh dystopian.
Okay, what are our predictions for the next 3 years in trend-wise, like book writing
What is the
trend-wise?
big trend?
Yeah. I do
Right
think dystopians probably will make a comeback, mostly because by that point, most likely there will have been some kind of vaccine or like whatever.
And, like,
so
I know publishers are all like, oh, we don't want to touch this, but someone's going to clue into the fact that so many people watched Contagion as soon as this happened.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And there is
People are
like,
interested in
as
it.
much as it like can be like hard to read stuff like that, I think also it can sometimes be cathartic to be like, well, we don't have zombies, like
or like, oh, there's proof that we will persevere through a hardship or whatever.
But yeah, I don't think it'll be like Hunger Games fighting the government dystopians. I think it'll be more like post-apocalyptic stuff.
And
I
Post-apocalyptic.
did see an agent this week who was like, I want to see a quarantine rom-com. Like, give me a romance that takes place in quarantine so they fall in love, but they can't be in the same place. And we'll probably have a small burst of those.
I'm like, hasn't that already happened though? Like, I feel like sick lit it kind of had a resurgence a little bit like the beginning of this year, and I'm like that could happen.
Quarantine is less problematic than sick lit.
Yeah.
I
not gonna go into that.
Or like we're stuck quarantining together.
Yeah, Exodus, quarantine.
Yeah, there you go. Oh dear. No, I mean, I know it's already a romance subgenre, so like, it'll be interesting to see what they do for YA.
Stuck.
I wonder if it'll be like not necessarily about like plague books, but I wonder if that's going to show up more in like sci-fi or like fantasy plagues or something like that. Like, I wonder if that's going to be like a new subgenre, you know?
Like how when dystopian went away, it just shifted to fantasy.
Druid book is kind of like fantasy. Well, it's not really a plague, but it's like a blight.
I know Samantha Shannon is working on one too. I saw her tweeting about it.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, do we predict that it'll be out in 3 years?
Really? I mean, hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
Right? Is she working on a book about blight, or is she working on a book about a plague?
She said it was a plague, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I was like, oh no.
No, she didn't say the word blight.
And I don't think it'll be out. I feel like when she was tweeting,
I thought we were talking about
another big one.
Oh.
Yeah, who knows though? I would like. There's another 3-year prediction. I would like to sell an adult book in the next 3 years.
Ooh.
I would like to have written one by then.
That did not More happen. optimistic-ish spot to end.
I'm writing an adult book right now.
Yeah.
So, something.
I wrote one too.
I feel like it's
I'm writing
funny
one too.
the trends. It's like it just kind of was like everyone wanted either horror or like the fluffiest like whatever you could find. It was like the things that have been selling the past couple of years have been like horror, very fluffy rom-coms, and now like romantasy is the big one. So.
I just felt like Rachel was literally describing The Last of Us. Like
weird.
she was literally like, oh,
yeah. And I was gonna say, this just in, like I predicted the success of The Last of Us. I said zombies.
Yeah, you said zombies.
Yeah. I said zombies will be comforting in comparison.
Yes.
But it was
And that was funny because like we've been watching Sweet Tooth together, some of the WordNerds, and like I feel like if anything, the pandemic has made us just kind of like weirdly end of the world experts. We're like, oh, this is not like a super realistic depiction.
These people are caring for each other.
They didn't buy all the toilet paper. This is fake.
I was gonna say, I'm confused. Like, where are the hordes of toilet paper? Obviously, they don't know what a pandemic really looks like.
I still love, I think it's in Station 11 in the TV adaptation early on when like the doctor is talking to the kids and then she immediately walks away and just like takes her mask off in like a hospital full of sick people.
Yes.
A great point.
Oh.
So how far did we actually get timestamp wise?
35 minutes and 38 seconds.
This might be a three-parter.
That'll be a 3-part, yeah.
I'd like it will also be really long for people to watch. So I think we're gonna be posting this in multiple parts as well.
I think that's wise.
Yeah.
So tune in next week for maybe Helen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe we post something on like a weekday or something too, because I don't want to miss all of Preptober.
We do a writer's rent.
Anyway, that's a problem for future us. Right now us.
We'll see how long this ends up being and go from there.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back.